Hi guys, it's Essentially Meg and welcome back to my channel. So as I mentioned in my last video, I moved and it's been about a month, and I wanted to talk specifically about some tips when you're moving with cats. So as you may know from previous videos, I have two cats. This is Osiris, he's a black cat, and I've got Minerva, the tabby cat that you typically see at the end of my videos. Both of them are, I would consider, very social cats. They like to be out and about in the house, but Osiris is definitely the more skittish of the two. So if a loud noise happens, or if there's too much going on, if he gets overstimulated, then he will hide underneath the bed, or he'll hide behind pieces of furniture just to kind of get away from it and to chill out. So I want to make sure that they are as happy and healthy as possible. Minerva, come here. What you doing over there? Oh, Osiris, you're being such a good boy. So I'm going to tell you some tips about moving with cats, and additionally I want to tell you a little bit of stuff that I learned whenever I was trying to show my house with cats. Because part of the moving experience can be buying and selling houses. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get any footage during the move because I was focused on moving, but my cats have kindly participated in a few reenactments here, so I will be showing those clips on the screen. But first tip that I want to mention is get your cat used to its carrier before moving day. So put a blanket or a cat carrier bed or a small pillow inside of it so that it's really comfy for them. If you can, leave the doors off of the carrier when you're trying to get them used to it, and put like catnip and treats and things like that in there. Make it a place where you store their toys so that they associate good things with that carrier, because while they may be in the carrier for a short time if it's a short move, they could be in there for quite a while if it's a long move, and they might be in the carrier more than just for the car ride. Another good tip on moving day is try to clear out one small room in your house before everybody gets over there, and put your cats or cat and all of their belongings like toys, water bowl, food bowl, litter box, cat carrier, all of that goes in that room with them. You shut the door, you put a sign on there saying, "Cats in here, do not open the door," because if your cats are not kind of put into their own room, then that means they could be running all over the house, getting underneath people's feet, or running out the front door because everything is very exciting and overstimulating for them, and they could run away, which would be a very bad moving day. So to avoid all of this, if you put them in their own room with their litter box and everything that they need, then they will still probably be stressed out by the noise of people moving around them, but hopefully you've moved everything else out of that room so the door won't be opening and closing, and you won't need to worry about them getting out. So on moving day, make the cats the last thing that you move out of the house. So their litter box and everything else with them. Take everything else out of the house first, and then make them the last thing to move, because the longer that they have to sit in the car without you, or the longer that they are shuffled off somewhere else, the more times that they're shuffled, then that adds more stress. So if you try to make them the last thing that moves, then you are moving with them and it's go time. The next thing would be actually moving with them to the new house. And again, this could be a really short car ride if you're moving across town, or it could be a super long multi-day trip. That I think would be a different video. I've never had to do a long haul move or bring them anywhere more than an hour away from where we live. One thing I would say though is, for your safety and for theirs, keep them in the carriers, especially if you have other things in your car with you, so like lamps or breakables or anything like that. Don't let them out of your carrier whenever you are in transit. You can let them out of the carrier at the new house. And speaking of when you're at the new house, same protocol as the old house. You would put them into a somewhat small room with all of their scent items, so their bed and their toys and their food and their water and their litter box and their carrier. Everything goes into that room, and you shut the door and you don't let anybody go in there. Basically, they need to decompress and scope out the new space. And for cats, it's better to start them with a smaller area so that they can get comfortable with that area, and then they can slowly expand their horizons and understand the rest of the house. If it looks like your cats aren't really exploring the new place, put treats in different areas around the room so that they'll start exploring. I would definitely keep them in that one small room in the new house for as long as other people are in the house helping you move. So if that is the whole day, then they have a whole day to get used to that small area of the house.
What? Sir?
Once it seems like they've gotten used to that small area, maybe overnight or something like that, then start opening up the rest of the house to them. Again, kind of do it one room at a time for a little bit. But if it looks like they want to explore, then let them explore. I mean, you know your cat, so read their body language. A couple of things to keep in mind consistently across the entire move is keep their feeding schedule regular and make sure that you're checking on them and giving them attention, giving them pets, playing with them like you normally would or even more so that they don't get too stressed out. And honestly, petting and playing with cats is a stress reliever for you too. And moving is not only stressful for your animals, it is a stressful time as a human as well. But really, if you are showing a lot of stress, then it can transfer to them. They read your body language as kind of their assigned caretaker. They get a lot of their cues from you. And one last item about these overarching kind of themes is make sure that you take your cats to the vet either just before or just after moving. Make sure that they're microchipped before the move, so in case they do end up staging an escape, they can be hopefully found and returned to you again. It's always a good idea to get them checked out anytime that there's a major life event or change in their environment or something like that. So moving on to how to show your house with animals. I had a bit of an interesting experience because I was buying and selling a house each in a market that moves very, very fast. So I really only had to deal with a couple of days of showings, and I had offers on my old house, which was fantastic. I can't imagine how disturbing for life it would be if I had to pack up and leave with the animals every couple of hours for a couple of weeks. That would be very difficult to try and handle with work and with making sure that they're fine. I had kind of a checklist in mind whenever I was setting up the house for showing. So first of all, you don't want pet items around the house because even though you're going to disclose it in the seller's disclosure for selling your place, you don't want the buyers to be reminded that there are pets around because that's just one more thing that they're going to be looking for whenever they're looking around your house for damage and for smells and everything else. So remove pet beds, remove pet food bowls and water bowls and litter boxes and everything else. Even pictures of pets, to be honest. Pictures in general, maybe a couple around the house, but you don't want to go overboard. You don't want grandma's shrine to her grandchildren on their wall, including a small pet shrine for pictures. So try to eliminate pictures, pack them away. Just don't remind the people that are walking through your house that you have animals. It goes without saying, but bring your animals with you if at all possible whenever there is a showing, because you don't want a buyer to be walking around the house and your cat gets territorial and won't let them into a bedroom because they don't understand what's going on. So bring your animals with you if at all possible. Put them in a kennel for a day or something else. Do what you can so that they're not there whenever strangers are walking through your house. Ideally, you wouldn't have to move their things that they use a lot, like their litter box and their food bowls and stuff, because cats are creatures of habit. But houses do so better and faster when there aren't reminders of pets around the house. You can always put them right back where you found them as the showing is done. So you might be saying, Megan, where do I put all of these items that you're telling me to get rid of? Well, I mean, obviously I'm not saying get rid of them entirely, but I would say to put them into some sort of storage space or garage if you have one, Bring one litter box, a food bowl, and a water bowl with you whenever you take them to wherever you're going to be in the meantime. And I admit that I am not the best at doing this on a regular basis, but especially during showings, clean the litter box every day. It is, even whenever you take the litter box out, the smell can linger. So I would say just get that smell as reduced as possible during the week or weeks of showings. And of course, during all of this process of them going to and from wherever you're hanging out while there are showings going on, don't forget to play with them and pet them and give them treats like you have been doing through the move and everything else. It's a two-way street. Cats can relieve stress whenever they see that you're not stressed, and you can relieve your stress by petting and playing with your cats. So the last thing that I want to talk about is 1 month later. How are we doing, babies? Come here. How are we doing? As you can see, we're all doing fine. Osiris has now gotten very used to the new house, and he is exploring as well. He still has his moments where he hides under the bed, but that has been Osiris' behavior from day one. So we're fine with him, and Minerva is just chilled out as can be. So she has explored every inch of this house, and she likes to honestly run inside of cabinets as soon as we open them and stuff, just so that she can see what's inside. So I would say that this was a fairly successful move. This is a month later, and they're both very comfortable in this space. So overall, I would say that everybody's happy, healthy, and not stressed out. I'm very pleased with how the cats have adapted to the new house, and this is a house that I think that they're going to be very happy in for many years to come, because they've got lots and lots of windows to look out and see birds and trees and all kinds of stuff. They've got stairs they can run up and down and chase each other on, and they've got plenty of new furniture to lay all over like they are right now. Overall, big success, and I hope that you have as much success moving with your animals, and hopefully you got a little bit of good information from this video. If so, then please hit the like button and tell me your favorite tip down below, or if there's something that you think that I missed about the moving process with animals. Leave it in the comments below. Hopefully this will be a bit of a resource for other people whenever they're trying to move with animals. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.